So amazingly, I have a break in the weather. So now I'm absolutely buzzing because I want to get my Hetzer outside, give it its first full coat of paint, and the only way I'm going to be able to do that is to get it onto the table lift here. In order to do that, I've had to move the Persian onto my main workbench, and actually when you see them together, look at that, I mean, it's smaller, but you know, it was lethal in its time, but now it's ready to come outside and have its first coat of paint, get that sort of base sort of yellow coat on, and then we can start building up the camo. So I thought I'd film this whole process so you understand what's involved in taking these tanks and moving them around and what have you. So Ben will probably speed up the whole process while I film it. So it's on the table now, the Hetzer. I've just bagged up the tracks both sides, so I don't want to get any paint on any of the track, of course, and I've just made sure that everything is masked up both sides. So the only thing I've got to worry about now is this little gap along here where the skirtings are. Now I'm not going to take the skirtings off to paint this, but I can get some masking tape down into the gaps. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll it with the sticky side out, so it grabs the inside side of the skirting, and then just with a bit of a blunt modelling tool, just sort of encourage it down into the gap, because I don't want the track picking up any of the paint. Inevitably you will get a little bit, but you know, that's not a problem because it will wear off, of course, and it all goes to add to the look and age. But what you don't want to do is get a lot of paint on this. So this is the reason why I'm doing this. One of the things when you're painting a model like this is making sure you mask it off properly, and that takes a bit of time and a bit of patience, but well worth it in the end. I mean, the wind has got up a little bit, it's a bit breezy, but I think that's going to blow over. Just check the weather forecast. I think for priming it's perfect. I will put the roof back on just to get the priming on, the primer on the sides of the main part of the tank. I'll obviously paint the gun as well. I'll check that the gun still passes through the recoil sort of mechanism still works and is still it's not going to bind because of too much paint. That's something you need to be mindful of. So I'll carry on doing this, and I'll be back when we start painting. So that's it. It's painted. Well, the base paint is complete. The base layer of paint, which is complete. Now it's ready for the camo scheme. Now I'll probably wait a few days to allow the paint to harden properly before I go on to do the camo scheme, because it's going to need a lot of masking off for the various different levels of paint. So the last thing I want to do is pull away the masking tape and then expose some bare metal, because that would be really on good. The only other couple of things I did today was I installed the gun barrel, so that's now connected up to the recoil system inside the tank, and I've painted it the green part of the camo scheme, because I just want to make sure when the barrel recoils you see the green rather than bare metal or the base yellow color. And I also installed the MG mount, the remote mount for the MG gun. So that's all working perfectly. So really now it is all about, the next video will be about the camo scheme. And just want to say thank you if you've joined me today. Thanks also for joining me, if you did, for my tiger maintenance video. It was a bit of a stopgap while I was waiting for the weather to improve. Hopefully you enjoyed that as well. And obviously the next project I'm going to go on to after I finish the Hetzer will be my new project, the Series 1 Land Rover from Armortek. Just waiting for that to be delivered, and I will do an unboxing video, and then I'll film the whole build process of that as well. So really that's it for today. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you for all your amazing support, all of your subscriptions, etc. If you just joined me today, please subscribe, because you know we have a long way to go still. There's a few more videos on completing this Hetzer, and before we get it up and driving around with its bigger brothers, and we'll do a bit of a fun video for that. And then of course my new project. If you've liked this video today, please give me a thumbs up, because it helps the old algorithms apparently. And so I'll just sign off by saying thank you for joining me. I'm Tony. I absolutely love building these Armortek kits, and I look forward to seeing you next time.